Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 10, entitled as Vibhuti Yoga. Sloka 32. Sargāṇām ādir antaś madhyaṁ caivāham Arjuna adhyātma-vidyā vidyānāṁ vādaḥ pravadatām aham. Therefore Krishna says here, adhyātma-vidyā vidyānāṁ. Among the vidyas, I am adhyātma-vidyā, the science of Vedanta, dealing with the knowledge of the self and supreme self. Initially, people who are not familiar with these things, when they hear about Atma, Paramatma, and the various things that's been discussed in Bhagavad Gita, they may find it hard. They may even think this is bitter. They don't want to hear. It's too much. But then by constantly hearing, the taste comes. Therefore, the message has to be constantly delivered to everyone. And as a hearer, if we just continue hearing, that itself will brings us a clarity of the subject matter. So constant hearing is very important. Adhyātma-vidyā vidyānāṁ. Lastly, vādaḥ pravadatām aham. There are different types of debates. Jalpam, Vidhanta, Chalam, Vadam. Krishna says, among these different types, I am Vādaḥ. Let's see what they are. Jalpa means in mode of debate. There are two parties debating where they're trying to establish their own viewpoint to win over the other. That is, the idea here is to the individual is I must oppose the opponent and win over the opponent. In this process, one may hardly hear what other person has to say. They may not be in a hearing mode, but the argument continues, debate continues, just want to win. So that is Jalpa. Vidhanta is in mode of argument, wherein one side is unable to establish one's viewpoint, but indulge in speaking ill of other side. Because I am not able to establish my point, now I start finding faults in the opponent. Less I concentrate on what my arguments are, not what my viewpoints are. That is Vidhanta. Whereas the third one is Chalam. This is mode of cheating. That is, trying to defeat one's opponent by some invalid arguments, which is not even proposed or said by the opponent. But I try to say, this is what you said, whereas the opponent would have completely said something else. This is in the mode of cheating, called Chalam. Lastly, Vadam. Vadam means in mode of open-mindedness. Here, winning is not the motive of this argument. Cheating is not the idea. Fault finding is not the goal. Rather, idea is to establish the truth by having open-mindedness. It is being unbiased in this whole conversation and having an unbiased participation, resulting in ascertaining of truth. So idea is, let the truth be established by this debate, by this argument. Not I want to win over other. Not my viewpoints or justified, as I am attached to my ideas. That's not the way vadam goes. So this vadam is considered the best among all different types of debates. Krishna says, vādaḥ pravadatām aham. Sometimes we take side on the person, not on the subject. Whenever we come to know about some topic, contradicting things or a fight or something, we first ask a question, who said that? Rather than trying to understand what is being said. We are not focusing on the subject content. Rather, we focus on the person. And based on the person, we make our conclusion. And if the person is not of my favorite, then I deny his arguments as well. If we base our decision on the person rather than the content or the subject spoken, then it's going to end up in friction. And that is not called vadam. Therefore, in any conversation, the first thing is to establish the goal, set the goal. There can be any number of arguments, any number of debates. Having them is not an issue. But our idea, having those debates and arguments, must be to establish that one goal together. But nowadays, each one, even in an organization, trying to establish their personal goals rather than the global goal. Therefore, fight happens. Faith lost. Trust broken. They all fall into the category or types of jalpa, vitanda or chalam. Nothing is under vadam. Therefore, Krishna says here, among different types of debates, I am vadam. That is to establish the certainty, the truth. Vādaḥ pravadatām aham. To conclude, of the creatures which are being created all the time, whoever is the cause is me indeed. That is to say, I am the creator. Also, I am the destroyer. Likewise, also I am the sustainer. We think that it is my father sustaining me. It is this government which is sustaining me. So and so is sustaining me. My job, my employer, my manager is sustaining me. But Krishna says, I am that sustainer whom you think is your sustainer. Because I am the super soul within those creator, sustainer and destroyer. And they are part and parcel of me. They are my vibhuti. Next, of the sciences, I am the science of self. And finally, among arguments, I am vādaḥ, which involves open-minded discussion between unbiased participants, resulting in establishing the truth. Sargāṇām ādir antaś madhyaṁ caivāham Arjuna adhyātma-vidyā vidyānāṁ vādaḥ pravadatām aham. Namaste. Hare Krishna.